Hey guys, this is Justin. Hello and welcome to another video, and we've got a sponsor today, and it's the Eckhart's Ladder Patreon. That's right, we've restarted the Patreon, but things are different now. As many of you know, I've been really posting a lot more of the more videos from Star Wars, Halo, and more. Specifically, we've done lots of sci-fi literature discussions, from Contact to 1984 to Lovecraft way back in the day. Well, if you join the Eckhart's Ladder Patreon at the $5 tier, you get to not only contribute to the discussion and add comments for the video, but also vote on which book we read next. The more patrons we get, the more I can do these videos, maybe even look at getting a dedicated editor and kind of upping the quality of them a bit. So if that's something you're interested in, check the link down in the description. By the way, join and you'll get to see in the next few days a sneak peek at the next book I'm covering. But today we are talking about some brand new Star Wars news, and this is technically a leak for the Ahsoka show. I'm going to give you a warning now. Alright, so we've got a look at a Lego set which will be releasing on September 1st, and it is, of course, the Ghost. Now, it's not surprising that there's an Ahsoka set with the Ghost. I think this model actually looks great as an aside. It's also nice that it's launching alongside the show. I haven't purchased Lego in a long time. I'm going to get this set, but there's a lot more leaked that is worth discussing. First of all, one of the big ones, we see Jacen Syndulla, Jacen being the son of Hera and Kanan. Now, the big thing is, Jacen had a pretty crappy look in Star Wars Rebels. I like the idea of the character, but the green hair, it just didn't fit. Here, we can see they've moved to Kanan-style brown hair. He's still obviously a kid, as you can tell by his diminutive stature, but they're gonna have an easy time explaining this. I think what would be funny is if it's, oh, he only had green hair because Aunt Sabine got at him with her dyes. She's always changing her own hair color. That makes total sense. Now, he also had some other weird characteristics. He was, of course, a human Twi'lek hybrid. He had a bit of a green hue on his ears as well. I'm guessing they'll totally just ignore this. I don't even think they'll comment on it. I think if the Sabine explanation comes, it'll be later. I think he'll just look like an ordinary human because green hair, it didn't even work in animation. I doubt it will work in live action. Also, I do find it funny how they gave him the most Jacen Solo from Star Wars Legends, sort of his namesake haircut of all time. The set also names two characters, including Hawkins, who looks like he might be wearing a New Republic intelligence uniform, and Lieutenant Beta. Interestingly, both these characters can actually be seen in the Ahsoka teaser, alongside Hera, who's in this set. Now, I don't think that necessarily means they'll actually fly in the ship. It's sort of the characters know each other type of thing. What's interesting is that the box also has an unknown starfighter on it. I'm guessing this may belong to Shin, but I'm also now wondering whether this means there will be an actual attack on the Ghost using this ship. Sometimes Lego sets are packaged that way, with characters meant to represent people who were together during a scene. Sometimes, however, it honestly is just what looks cool, and that extends not just to the minifigures, but also the box art. What's interesting to me, though, and I recognize this immediately, is this looks like a starfighter from Star Wars Legacy. And I was like, the Twin Tail? No, not even close. No, the Crossfire. This looks just like one of the GA starfighters in the late Star Wars Legends period, with the main difference being the sort of engine intake is up higher in front of the wing, and there's also only a single set of wings, though it would be cool if they sort of S-foiled out at will. I don't know, cool design. It's also somewhat reminiscent of an N1 starfighter, but I gotta say, between this and the E-Wing that we saw in the Star Wars Celebration trailer, I'm feeling pretty good about new ship designs in this. Plus that weird transport we got, or at least that's what the described audio called it in the official teaser. Anyway, I love Rebels. It's one of my favorite canon Star Wars things, but there are issues related to its presentation, so I'm glad they're pulling from what works and willing to abandon what doesn't. Pragmatism when it comes to animated things, always great. The other thing I wanted to briefly mention in this video, while I have you, is there's been some pushback against Ahsoka's marketing. The rumors that the new trailer coming out was delayed because of Twitter sort of falling apart a couple of days ago, but there's also the general concern that the show's not really being marketed. I personally think this is a bit overblown. This is pretty much how Disney Plus always markets their shows. About a month to a month and a half before release, they drop the final trailer and little marketing bits building up to the eventual launch date. I mean, this is generally because there's a lot of shows shows coming out on Disney Plus. Right now, they probably want focus on Secret Invasion, but Mando Season 2, for example, 1 month, 15 days before launch, we got the full trailer versus the teaser. Pretty much the exact same with Mando Season 3. Came out March 1st, trailer January 15th. Andor, they gave the marketing a bit more time. It was a month and 3 weeks. Either way, yeah, the timeline's a little bit different, but I don't think we're anywhere near concern mode yet. Those are just my thoughts, though, on everything. I hope you'll let me know yours down below.